What's the deal, gang? What goes on? We are not on a buy. I have a buy limit here at this level. Little pancake position. Let's see if we could tap it. There's a chance we tap the 4-hour here, but I don't want to play with the 4-hour level. I'd rather play the hourly level. Because stops a bit short here. 4-hour level, we got to stops down here. So let's see if we could snipe small position here. Confirm. Sell limit 30. No, 4. So once we get tapped in, I'll activate the sell limit. Oh, we just had a chance to come down here. And it failed again. No Zoom link? Here's the deal. I just got in here. I didn't have a chance to do anything yet. I didn't even check if things are working. If everything's working, no BS, and everything else on my end. Just got in here. It's been a long day. I'm sorry about missing New York session, but I had some family things to tend to. I got no rest. Been out the entire time. I just got in. I got in here too late. I was really looking to get in here off market open right there on that flip, because this thing fucking ran right there on that break of the lows. I was walking it. I was walking in. I was walking out of the house like 5 minutes before this. And I was like, man, if this happens on the open, and that's exactly what happened on the open. Top wick came down, dropped. All right, here's the deal. I'm gonna delete this right now. I was hoping to get activated beforehand, before this hourly close. With the market open, when 8 o'clock hits, this thing could do some wild shit, like just drop with no top wick for 200 pips. Right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete it. We're gonna wait 4 minutes here for the hourly. I'll set up. Because we've had that open for about 20 minutes. Yeah. Give me a minute. Let me set up the Zooms for now, and we will start our session. How's the sound on YouTube? Is it good? How we sounding? How's the music? Okay, Zoom link's up. Zoom link is up. Sound is great today. I don't know what happened. Never fixed it. Broke on its own, fixed on its own. WTF. be very careful here if you're looking for positions. So this is highly likely to bounce, but 8 p.m. here is going to bring a flood of volume. And off the opening of this candle, you'll usually see a good amount of volume. I don't know if we're going to make a bottom wick and bounce up or we're going to drop heavy, but 8 p.m., I'd rather let it play out. All right. Some gang, come on in. What's up, fellas? And ladies, I guess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let's fill up. Let's fill up. Let's fill up. I gotta walk the dog, man. Gotta walk the dog. Forgot about good old Benny. Cool today. My last 15 went nowhere. Indecision. Level over here. See how much that matters. 5 seconds here for the open. Start your engines. Watch, you're gonna see wicks magically appearing like 20 or 30 pips above or below price. Just magical wick appear. Celery down here. No top wick. It's interesting because we can have a heavy drop. I wonder if we re-break the highs here, I might have a sell stop on the break of the lows. But if we just gonna start coming down here, we're gonna wait for a support to form and some structure. I'm not a fan of this kind of celery play because we're not at a level, right? Celery play at a level will drive. Celery play here, it could be forming a new level, right? This could have been the support, and now we're forming a new level. Man, if this re-breaks the low, how much room we got? Re-break the highs, and we could have a sell stop. Well, and it'll be a current candle stop. No, I needed to re-break the high. It makes sense. Like, look, this previous hourly closed heavily bearish, and there's room to go here to support. I'd want to re-break at the highs. Then we could say, okay, celery play gonna work out here. Re-break at the lows. I would not be surprised if this shit melts like 500-600 pips here today. I would not be surprised if we fill this whole wick here. Oof, it tapped our level on the dot. Would have sniped it. 40 pips right there. Yeah, I'm not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with it off market open. Ooh, zoom door, my bad. Come on in. Good level. I'm not fucking with it. Doesn't that piss you off? If this happened on the last candle, it would have been great. That's our entry, 5184.5. Yeah. It played us. Did you catch anything today? No, I have not been on the charts. For long. Damn. If this is the start of the uptrend for the evening, we could have had sniper entries. This shit right up the rest of the evening. You snipe that level, but new 1 hour can't. I could take it off the new 1 hour. I don't like to take that off 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we'll do some funky volume. It'll hit, and all of a sudden, in a split second, right? You'll see some shit like. And then all of a sudden you're like this. Something like these candles right here. Damn, we would have sniped the fuck out of that. Would not have been zero drawdown right there. Honestly, I would have called it a stream. You guys are lucky. I would have called it a stream. So some of you guys still took that position, and you get to see a stream. Now we'll sit here for 14 and a half hours. Benny prairie dogging it right now. I don't know how long he's gonna keep it up. Son of a! Remember Chris Farley back in the day? Son of a! Damn. That's wild. Oh, fuck off. Like, I swear, watch this be the bottom of the session. This shit happened to me once last month where I had a level and the shit missed me by a pip. I didn't take that level off. It missed me by a pip. And that was the very bottom of the entire drive up where the shit just went. Over the next like 3-4 days, it was just like, I was like, I had this level. Missed me by a pip. Amazing. Yo, I just, these reinforcements that like, I should just trust a little bit. My levels are so on point in terms of actually picking which level to take entry off of that it's good. Forget my knowledge of candles. Let's just put all our trust into the level. Can't do that. Timing matters, right? I have a feeling we break that low, tap the 4 hour, and come right back up again. The hourly did not really grab a top wick here. Here's the deal. The only thing that's stopping me, remember I spoke about this yesterday. See how this melted? And I spoke about this range yesterday, and then you had that melt. See how this fucking thing melted? And the range print out here. I think this can melt again. Daily in the chop. Down to support, the 2, the 1, 30. We're likely to react, but I'm gonna wait for support to actually get formed or to close below here so we could fill this wick down. Because a nice wick it is. But there's only a select few things we like to see here. Right? There's not many things that we like prefer seeing. In general terms, there's maybe like 8 to 10 different things we really lock in on. Never tapped the 4 hour. Never got there. People at the Zoom though. God damn it. Holy chop! Don't forget about like. Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let the world know he is the best trader in the world. Very simple here at this point, right? We're gonna form a resistance here, or we are forming one in the form of this level right here. Boom. Now, if we trickle our way down, at this point, one of two things that we will be looking for. The only way we're looking for sells here is this closure below. The only way we're looking for buys here would be the closure back up above this level. Now this, it looks like it's playing out on the smaller time frame at a faster pace, right? It's tapped into these areas, came back up, but I'm really going to trust the higher time frame here and wait for it to close, honestly. I really think the 4 hour level should get tapped here. If it doesn't, current 4 hours still bearish. So we would like for it to be on the bullish side of things. So either we close bullish here right now. Seems like what we're getting playing out at a faster pace. And if that's the fact, and if we close bullish here right now like this, the only way I take buys is if something like this right here. Next candle comes down, it breaks that low, ends up being the bottom wick, taps that 4 hour level, and that's the beginning of our drive up. That's when I'll take buys as we start breaking highs over there. Very similar to this one, but I'll want the 4 hour level tapped here. That doesn't have, right? This sets us up for a nice onion, but the thing is, it's against, this would be against structure, right? Against the most recent bias as we're making lower highs, lower lows here. So I would need to break that low, tap the higher time frame support, and then I know we're driving off a higher time frame support, breaking highs, clean range right here on that candle. We'll end up filling the range up. And for sells, we'd need a gladiator candle to close below here now. We didn't take advantage of the limits right here, right? And we did not get the celery play and the break of the lows right there. So two very fine opportunities. And a few more that are probably and possibly setting up here in this session. Let's just be patient and wait. Zoom, gotcha. I created my first live account with AMP. Do you know what all the small deductions labeled synchronization deduction? Rent? I don't know. Honestly, I've been asking that question for like a year here in the chat. And then eventually we just kind of got over it. And now we're like, The problem's not the fees, right? Make more money. You don't have a spending problem, you have an earning problem. Not that you spend all your money, you just need to earn more. You get them too, though? Just making sure, I don't know. Yeah, everybody on AMP gets them. If you're on MT5, yeah. Everybody get it. Oh, shit. Goddamn, I'm a bit tight about that. Letting that go. Timing. Holy trend line. Come on, gold. Hit me with your best shot. No stream New York, you still get some trades? No, I did not. I had a really long. I was taking care of some family matters. Holy cannoli. Did you leash him? All right. Gang. It's only the 15 closing, the first 15 of our session. So, which would mean it's the 30 still open. You think this flip is coming up here? The 30s hasn't closed yet. This can reflip bearish here. But if it can reflip bearish, break the lows, then come back up, re-break its own high. Bada bing, bada boom. We're coming up here to 5204. We got about 85 pips. And it can all happen here on this next 15. Do I believe that's what will happen? No, because that's the less likely probability, right? If we break this low, we're likely to come down. But on the off chance that it does happen, then if it should ride up here, and then the probability of it riding up. Where's I seen gold move in a minute? Bro, we had 2 solid setups already since the session started. I'm a bit tight. I didn't take advantage of either one. One I closed out a bit of, the other one I was late to. You know, both. No. The worst when you see it and you're not able to take advantage of it. I used to feel some type of way about it. Now I just kind of laugh it off because I just know this thing sets up so off. Le candle, right? We're gonna need to flip back bearish, retest some of these lows. I think you might be lying. Stop here, B. Holy jumping fucking Jesus, if it breaks that low, it's can do better. Would you put a buy shot with a steep bottom look? Yeah, probably. Previous 4-hour bullish. We're making higher highs, higher lows here. Higher time frame. 2-hour close. Previous 2-hour close bearish. We're up and running on this one off support. we have 12 minutes for this 30 to close, and we will be waiting on this 30 to close. I'm gonna step outside. I gotta go walk the dog. Gotta go walk this monster. Right, Benny? Come here. Let me go walk him. I'll be right back. BRB. Who's in the Zooms? You guys can chat. Free for all. waiting here. There's quite an indecisive candle right now. Be patient, be patient. Got a doji candle here. 15 seconds. There's 2 leg candles in a row. Did no go for you? Yeah, I feel you. It's no go for me either. Fucking 30 doji. I think 30 doji, 15 close, no bottom wick. Not gonna mess around with this candle. We can re-break highs again. We can re-break lows. We indecisive on the last candle. What? I got you. Hold on a second, chat.
This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken. And I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset, my choices, my willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback, and if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it.
Dude, you back by that dojo? I don't know, bro. That's some shit that happens and you don't tell nobody. We telling people you got teabagged. Daily about to flip bullish. The 4 hour about to flippity pippity. 2 hour. 1 hour. Chat, what did I say? If this is the beginning of this fucking drive up. Money printer, lick handle. Yeah, that's why I said, damn, Reggie. I came back because he said, I'm staying out. I'm like, oh, he said no go for me.
Yeah, I did. I said no go.
All right, as he said no go, that shit went through. Oh, Reggie not in this? Say no more. We got this. Write it up. Sucker. You guys really think that happens? Somebody's really looking out for when you enter and when you don't get in. Not Reggie. Reggie knows. Some of you guys be like, damn, they waited till I got in. I thought this was a safe space.
सैमसंग का भैया
सेम प्राइस है तो भैया एप्पल का ही बेटर रहेगा। सेकंड हैंड लेना है फिर तो एप्पल ही ले लो, क्योंकि सेकंड हैंड एंड्रॉइड तो वही।
Hello, Ankush Rana, please mute button, my friend. Oh, thank you very much. I'm messing with you, bro. Thank you. I'm about to order a Slurpee. I thought he was at the register at a 7-Eleven. We have the best Indians with their bows and their arrows and their... Not those Indians, buddy. So what I was saying is, okay, somebody asked about... I was muted and somebody said, are we selling now? And I was trying to explain that we can have sells as long as, look, we see these two levels, as long as we're able to do both of these things. Tap this level, still close below here. If we are able to do that, and it looks like we just tapped that level on the dot, and we're closing below here. That's why I marked them off like this. Buys, I'm okay with buys, closures above here. That would fall in line with the daily, with the 4-hour, with the hourly, everything would fall in line in terms of all the time frames. If we look for buys, we just need some closures above. But sells are still possible if we are able to bounce down here and get a strong bearish closure. Will it happen? I don't know, because when I say a strong bearish closure, it's not just a bearish candle. We're going to need to ride up to the next resistance. That's up here. right? You're gonna need the candle to do something like boom, and then flip back bearish. End up looking like this. Okay, so if this happens, no sells immediately, right? We're forming a range. If that happens, you get a leg candle, you most likely get a bullish closure here the other way. Now you have a range formed. What you need is that closure below the range. Boom. And we write this down. If you know what, since there's no top wick entry here, for me, you don't really need that steep top wick, but you will need this range to form. And you know how I love talking about mirroring the market and having precedent for that happening? You see this right here? Something like that. You need that range to form, that closure belowsure, and we get maximum exposure to these profits. Damn. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. What are your spreads, people? Oh, hey, oh. You a real one? Yeah. I be blurry sometimes, but I'm definitely real. I exist. FR. What are our spreads, people? Come on, get it together. Let's get these answers in. What's the spreads? What are our spreads? We got the eagle. What's the spreads? We got the gap. We got the C word spread with a little bit of social distancing. Can you quick explain when you look for top wick entry? I look for wick entries in multiple different instances. So right now the wick entries, I call them pancakes, but they're honestly different positions. And yo, who wants to work with me? I gotta put pen to paper. I gotta write them down. The differences in them. And ChatGPT is not a great stenographer. Not doing no more spread talk after Jay started that mess the other day. So do I spill the sauce here right now, or do I gatekeep it, huh? Do I gatekeep it? Do I put it in a U-Haul truck? Make the U-Haul follow a hearse? And then when I'm gone, they bury the U-Haul truck with me? Good idea, no? Fuck no! I'm gonna share the wealth. So ideally, wick entries when we're coming down and up 2 levels, right? So in this case, right, we had a buy limit right here. We erased it because it was the 8 a.m. opening, and sometimes it has a tendency to just fucking massive volume, open up with stupid volume. But I take these entries right here, that wick, when this level here has multiple instances in the market, and I see this wick into here, whenever something like this happens, whenever you have, let's say, a candle, wick down, right? Let's say you left from here, you left that area, and this. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of room. Sorry, gang. Close this out. Right? You get. Hold on. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. Okay, yeah, we got 12 minutes here for the Sally close. Just looking at the 15. Can we take advantage of the 15 on the break of the lows here? We'd need to re-break its own high. Let's see how much get here. I need the rebreak of its own high before I start explaining this. If it's able to re-break its own high, it should push. But if it doesn't and it re-breaks its own low, it's coming down to support here. And we have about 30 pips to there. And if it starts filling the wick, there's quite a bit of room. Problem is, it's the last 15 of this hourly, so yeah, probably wait. All right, so back to this. If you have something printing like this, and then the market comes down here, right? Picture. All right, market comes down. Gives you this close and holds that support. This wick here, a lot of times will be repeated. So as you pull away from here and come back down, right? As you start doing this, as you're coming down here, you're going to get that wick formed. And usually you'll see something very similar at a level. Like this is how you'll see it form. If you get a wick into a level and then you see a closure and you see a wick wicking off of there, and it's a level that's been repeated. This is what I say repeated before. You bounced off that level heavy. You held that support, right? You might have had multiple closures here. This candle might have closed down here and you would have had multiple closures at that level. But this matters too. Next time it comes down here, this is a pancake position. This was the original pancake position as the market comes down to our levels, right? I need this level here to be on multiple time frames, ideally something an hour or above and one time frame below the hour. So like a 15 and an hourly, a 15 and a 4 hour. A lot of times if it's the 4 hour, it'll be also the hourly and the 30, right? So a lot of times if this happens on multiple time frames and multiple instances in the market, I take that buy limit. I take that pancake. If we could look over here, we actually, well, does everybody understand this? Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, I don't think we ever rebroke the high there. But you see it play out here, right? Off our level. So we had a wick. No, we had this closure. Let's start off this closure, right? We have this closure we're paying attention to. And we have a wick right into that area. Right into that level. We have multiple wicks into that level. But I expect the same behavior. You see how we came down from this area into here? As we come down from this area into here, I'm expecting the same bounce here. And honestly, I should have kept it. It's just, it's such a good level that it didn't matter if the hourly was, if we were going to take a loss there, it wouldn't have been massive, but the upside here was just real big. And I recognized it. And I let my volume argument sway me. Like that doesn't happen often, but man, it's been happening a lot more often to me since we have these big ranges. I've talked myself out of a lot of profitable positions because I've honestly, just to be, you know, fully transparent, a lot of you have adjusted much better than me to the ranges. But just, yeah, the ranges got bigger, and that's an internal game. Like that's internal for me. That's what I go through. But I recognize these levels. These are my positions, and I just honestly, fuck these ranges. It's better safe than sorry. No, I'm just so confident in these positions that I shouldn't be avoiding the things that I'm confident in. But the understanding that there's a potential for 400 or 500 pip downside, it's right. So I tend to be a lot more careful since these ranges got massive. Now that's one version of the pancake. There's a 2.0 version of the pancake. You see this level? It looks like a great level on the 30. It might actually work here. Go back to it. Right? You have it on the, you don't have it on the 4-hour. This is us filling the 4-hour wick. So that number one, right? We're bullish. This would be trading against bias. This against the higher time frame, and we're filling the 4-hour wick. This is not a target for the 4-hour. The target's up there. Now, the 2-hour has a level here. Great, amazing. Multiple instances, right? Multiple time frames. The 1 hour, the 30. But man, these levels don't line up here to the left. What we could do is have these have this, right, as a stop. Seems like a fairly decent stop, but with volume and momentum as we're breaking highs. And how do we know we have volume? We're closing outside the ranges. This thing can just fill the 4-hour wick and continue on its merry way up. We don't want to do this against structure. We want to take that that pancake with structure. That's why this position here was a higher quality position than the sell over here. This sell might work out, it might not, but if you're talking about 8+ setups, this would have been down here, not necessarily this one here, because this goes with the bias. This would be against the bias. The levels here are clearly defined. Over here, yeah, this is multiple time frames, but as you go across the board here, the closures are different here, and it gets a little bit more difficult. Pancake 2.0. I think there's 3 or 4 different versions of the pancake, and I mean that's just what we call wick entries, right? But yeah, I'll get into them. It'd be dope if I could literally work with somebody who knows how to, properly write all this down and put this into language that can explain it. Can you explain the concept of fair value gap that you always use? Right. I know you're trolling, bro. I know you're fucking trolling. You want a reaction.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
10 to 30 trades a day. Can you explain to me? I will. I'll get into it in a little bit. I want to see what we do here. Yeah, what was the risk here? I mean, it was 80 pips. This was nothing. Anything under 100 pips, shouldn't even think about it. These levels are too incredible to miss. Must think everyone trade FEG. Nah, he trolling. He definitely trolling. Because he's here every day. So he's definitely trolling. I've gone from 10 to 30 trades a day to 1 to 3 trades a day. Well, I've never been a 10 to... okay, I'm lying. 10 to 30 trades a day was my first 2 years of trading. After 2020, I maybe 5, 6 has been the limit in the last 5 years in a day. And I mean in like a session, right? In a day, yeah, like six trades, probably like I've had New York sessions with about 6 trades, right? Maybe 7 trades. Maybe that happened once in the last 2 years. But typically, yeah, if you combine all the sessions into one day, maybe like max, maybe we average. Took a fat loss. Oh, we are the horn. But you make it back because winner's bigger too. What did you take a loss on last night? Man, I've taken my share of losses. I've taken my share of losses in this game. Hey, is Daniel here? DH, you here? You got cooked today? Damn. Well, let's cook a reel. I got some wisdom for you. So, yeah. I mean, everybody's taking on losses, right, in their life, and I'm talking about I've lost in life, right? Oh, there you go. I lost in life. I lost in love. Lost in family. And losing. Me too. Like I've lost family. I've lost friends, cars, money, right? Like I've lost myself at one point, right? But if you've lost something in life, leave game chat. If you've lost something in life, just be glad you didn't lose a lot. Okay? Be happy you didn't lose a lot. And if you've lost a lot in life, be happy that you didn't lose everything. And if you've lost everything in life, you better be happy that you got nothing left to lose and you need to go for it. Flip it. Tempted onion 15 minutes after New York Open after that crazy. Have you had suicidal thoughts? No. I've had thoughts of like, as you're growing up as a kid, you want sympathy, right? You want people to feel bad for you. You know, like, oh, I don't know if it's like, that's how I felt growing up. Like, right. Until I got taught some life lessons, I always felt like, oh, you know, I want to get some, you know, emotion my way. I want to get some feelings my way. Give people to feel bad for you. And you'd be like, man, what it would be like if I just like slice my wrist. And then you're like, man, these are some stupid ass thoughts, man. I'm gonna call my boy, yo, you want to play some Super Nintendo? Because kids as you're growing up, especially like if you're before a teenage or teenage years. Holy shit, hold on, we have no top wick in that 1 hour. Does the 4 hour come back here? This 4 hour, yeah. Eesh. I really don't want to fuck with it. But this hourly looks like it needs to come back. Do we have a leg candle here? We don't even have a leg candle. Not on anything. Maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't. Hey, look at that. Help. Yeah, to be suicidal, like you just, kids are very emotional, very, very easy to influence. Damn, our levels are just on fire. I'm just gonna fucking firing it up every single one of my levels, bro. Look at this shit. I'm gonna dot. Took the top wick entry. You know, maybe if it was another 2 minutes, I would have convinced myself. My issue is I'm looking here for a leg candle so we could have a nice target. But all these candles are strong candles. And usually you have a strong candle followed by another heavy candle. And the way we just rode up here, yeah, I'm thinking that top wick could be these levels. Against the bias, 4 hour filling the wick. But honestly, my levels have been so on point over the last month. I've stayed out of a lot of entries, just looking at them, paying attention to them. And you got to understand that the pancakes are so new to me. It's been a year, right? It's roughly been a year, maybe not even, since I started taking them. Not even a year. Summertime will be. It's just I'm getting used to all of the nuances. every little bit. Was legit 1 pip away from the sell. Took it close for 30. Nice job. Yeah, you closed it on the flip, right? The flip was exactly 30. The flip's your advantage point. I think we can start doing those specific reels for explaining these specific setups separately, Wix. Yeah. First trade of the day. I haven't taken a trade since yesterday. February's been a month we've been very patient. You know, I think the fact that I've taken on some losses to start the year, like the first 2 weeks of the year in January, and like the losses themselves pip wise were big because the ranges were massive, right? We're just adjusting to them. Like that's like a big factor in being patient. But there was also a big reason why the rest of January was pretty good for me. It never reached 5,200 on spot. Is that the 52.15 low? 52.14 low, right? Yeah. On spot, I'm just guessing, but probably this level and this level are the same closure. Are they even? February was really slow. Yeah, I've stayed out of a lot of positions in February. We also switched platforms. We spent like a couple of weeks, you know, trying to optimize the trading on TradingView here instead of Project X. So yeah, I mean, a lot going on. Lots of resistance. Well, nothing at this point that I can do. Didn't take this, so you can't do anything. Remember, Q2, really March, as you start leaving February, March, April, May are really the months to supercharge your account. That's really the hyper volume for the year. Thoughts on Top Step? Never traded on Top Step. Don't know anything about them. I'm just like, I don't know why they're having trouble, but they're spending tens of millions of dollars on advertising during the Olympics. Like prime time TV advertising. Yeah, this is what you expect to happen. Yeah, no, maybe the way it opened up and no bottom wick. Could have read that. All minor adjustments that will be. Why is your trading view different than mine? Oh, this is the whatchamacallit, the Type S GTR DRD supercharged. Are you on spot gold, Gabe? Are you on spot gold or you're on futures? He said, huh? Because you probably aren't paying for data on your futures. If you're on futures, you got to make sure you're live and not delayed. If you got a big D over here, then you're getting the big D from the broker. Oh, if you're on spot, then yeah, you're around 5,200, right? On futures, we're at 52.13, but it's really like, it's not about the numbers. It's about what the charts look like, right? The viewers went up as we were discussing the pancakes. Very interesting. Either you guys are hungry or My pancakes bring all the boys to the yard. The pause. Yeah, whatever, bro. Ew, emoji me. Okay, wait. I am same layout as you, but mine not showing any data on it. Right, dude, so do you have the big D over here? Where my green button is? If you have a big D, that means delayed. You're delayed by 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Yeah, and you got to pay to get real-time data. You're behind, bro. Pause. You're also behind. That joke was 2 minutes ago. Oh, man. What do we do if we got a huge D? You got to pay. You got to pay. Or go work where I used to work. You're saying your pancakes bring all the boys. We're talking about the pancakes and viewers going up here. And big D's on screen. If I said traders, would that be better? My pancakes bring all the traders to the charts. So if I use top 1 futures, I can use your code. Yes, you should. You must. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Much better. Makes it a little better. Ah, man. You guys are so judgmental. Man. Fucking thing. I'm taking so many mental notes and screenshots right now. You guys have no idea. Feeling a huge dump incoming? Well, run to the bathroom. Run, Forrest. Forrest dump. CPI tomorrow, 8:30. Oh, by the way, you guys realize this is the last Asian session of February? That, you know what that means? 1/6 of the year has already gone. We got 5 more like this, and it's, you know, Feliz Navidad. One more time. Fucking crazy. Yeah. Time flies, bro. I remember back in the 1900s, I would just sit there and be like, damn, can this shit come a little faster? Can someone go? Time be going by right now. Is it typical to look for a break at a previous high on the 4-hour before driving down? Break of the previous 4? Not necessarily, because I don't know when this could have printed in the first 15 minutes of the previous 4-hour, or this could be some very recent price action, and we're really going to go by the most recent ranges, and it's not about where what levels we break. Not in this case. In this case, it's what levels we hold. I'm so busy explaining all this shit. No time to react. Man, I think top one is working on bringing Trade C on board. I'm gonna figure that out this week. If that happens, man, it's just gonna be a blessing. I think we just gotta survive this period. Trade C and a few others. TradingView too much. You gotta be doing too much, focusing too much. It's counterintuitive. It's not too user friendly. It's pretty when you're charting, but just give me a TradingView chart on that platform, right? Integrated with that platform, and I'll be happy. The latency over here, we'd be seeing fucking David Copperfield candles. The shit just appears out of nowhere. Remember when he made an elephant disappear? This is what the fuck is this thing is doing. Just, no wick? Wick. Getting out of silver, it gets to 91, been long since 9 a.m. Four-hourly candle. The limit 52 to 25. 4-hourly candle. We hold resistance. Open up top wick. See. You taking any trade? Good buy limits hopping into the session. Close them once this candle closed, and then boom, boom. Didn't have enough time to really break this level down after discussing these entries. Kind of funny. These entries, I didn't have time to plan it out. Because a lot of our breakdown and the fill of that 4-hour wick goes by the wayside once you get that closure and opening with no bottom wick, and the risk of less than 50 pips here, 46 pips. But yeah, last Asian session of February. Next Asian session will be March 1st, and that'll be the private session Sunday. Got a nice W last Sunday. Gave away 50K count. I don't think that came in yet. not gonna look for sells. The savings will be gone. I'll be coming to work a lot earlier just to get 8 o'clock closure. No clear moves as such. Private session? Yeah, private session is on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We do some private giveaways. We take some private trades. Keep it privately moving. Minutes here for this 30. Never broke that previous 4-hour high. Give me a second, check. Watch out, Benny. Brains cook when we line accounts to trade with. Yeah. Damn, that's a that magical top wick appeared out of nowhere. I'm gonna bounce off this level here before a top wick is made. There goes that idea. 5 for 5 today with ideas, not a single position. Irritating. PP right there. Yeah, you can get rid of this. This was supposed to be off the opening of the candle. Nothing I can do. I made that top wick first. I can't take that bottom wick entry here once that top wick is made. The whole point is to have the top wick as the advantage. Wouldn't have been much. Honestly, I wouldn't have closed here or anything. I would have had probably partials. So if it re-breaks the low here, it would have been E. You be on for New York tomorrow? Yeah, I plan on it. I had to attend to some family stuff today.
to break of those lows, just close for 30.
gonna take a buy right here. I just took a buy on the live account. Take a market. Fuck! Once we flip bullish here, you can move stops to break even. Let's see if this can push up. I took a buy on the bottom wick here on the live account. I didn't get a chance because by the time I moved it here, it already did its thing. But it stops it to break even. I saw about 20 pips. Stops to break. I saw more. So 18 pips, stops to break even. I just want this to push up on the break of the highs. If it comes back down, it's all right. But we formed the top wick here. So the goal was to push up and flip. Got a bit of a late entry there. Happened too quick. Happened too quick. Down here. 30 pips. All right. Yeah. BE there on the live. Yeah, you're expecting the right. If we have the previous 30 closing with no bottom wick, we could get the bottom wick here on the 15 before it creates a top one. Push up. Our issue is now 15's created the top wick. Right, and the top wick is right at a level we came down from, so you can definitely fill the rest of this wick down. I expect this to come down now. Some plays from the previous live streams, those were the bomb. But those are copywritten now. Projected Lewi up. It might still come up here, but I was looking at this support here, and there's no other supports I can take that bottom wick. Not until I go way further back. Salary now on the 5. Yeah, that's not my thing. There were 5 better entries throughout this stream we've been a part of than that celery on the 5. 9 minutes here for the 4-hour to close. 30 resistance. Yeah. Great sell off of here, great buy off of here, great buy off of that previous swing. This was a really good sell as the session was starting. So right here, that low. So just been numerous opportunities here. I'm a bit frustrated. Build the wick, broke the low, went back up. You still in? No. Could be. all of this sucks now. What up, Nick? Deal. I'm gonna get a doji 4-hour right now. Hold this area? No, we didn't. Close a little bit. Might try this again. Try this level again. Oh, nope. No, we won't. Never get there. Four-hour close like shit. No sense of direction here. Very indecisive. Doesn't look like anything. No top wick on a 15. Yeah, 4-hour looks like ass and feet. It's fucking chopped. Clay bailed on golf. I told him he needs to cover the drinks on the flight. Yo, I'm on the same flight as him. It's funny. Not funny. I'm on the same flight with Clay, with Austin, with all of them. We all ended up on the same flight. There's really no sense of direction on the 4-hour. We could fuck around here on the smaller time frame, but every entry that I would have liked has played out already. This frustration setting in. Those dudes are funny as hell. You're gonna have fun. Yeah, I think, bro. I think Austin literally got the seat next to mine. Looks like such shit when you look at the 4-hour. There's so much potential in the smaller time frame. Man, I'm fucking locked in. I need a position tonight. I'm actively hunting for a position. When this happens, the signals usually get one. But at what cost to me? How much time am I gonna spend here? I did not act on my last couple of positions. Calling it, yeah. Exercise and patience good for the soul. The problem is not acting on your positions. It happens once in a while. I just get these fucking, I don't know, into these zones, right? And it's not acting on your position is almost like acting on a position that's not yours, right? Like taking a position that's not yours is, to me, just as bad as not taking a position that is yours. Because on the other side of it, you technically have less money than you should have. In both cases, it's that's the frustrating part, but it's all good. Be a little more patient here. Should play out a little bit in this range. Enjoy the trip, bro. Catch up soon. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it can cause you to FOMO next time. It's not that I'm FOMOing. I get super locked in, and I'll end up sitting here for the next 3-4 hours until I actually get the position, right? But that's not a healthy way to do this. All right, so I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna go smoke a joint, and I'll let it rock and see if I can get some position. See if something sets up that's better than right now, because the best positions so far of the evening have already played out. The buys from down here were incredible. The sells from here were incredible. The sells up here were incredible. So like the good positions have already played out. Right, you're hopping into a bit of a slower time, and the 4-hour closed very indecisively. It doesn't know if it wants to go up or down. What it did was it created a range, right? This entire fucking candle is a range of 331 pips. So because top wick, bottom wick, wick's a range, just this whole candle's a wick. Hey, please drop a like, sub to the channel on your way out, or if you're new here, and please share this stream. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for our last stream of the month. The month will be over, and yeah, a sixth of the year has already gone by. What, roughly like 18% of the year has already gone by, right? 17-18%. Yeah, let's finish this month on. Lock in. Let me run. I'm gonna be trading tonight. I'm trading throughout the rest of the evening. So if you're in the signal channel, stay locked in. There's highly likely will be positions. I'm be locked the fucking after missing a couple of these. Yeah, and I'll see everybody else here tomorrow. Remember, no Asian session tomorrow. Next Asian session is the Sunday private session. And if you want to be a part of that, you got till Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern to join. If not, then I'll see everybody else here on Monday for Asian session. As far as New York, tomorrow we'll run New York session and we'll go into then we'll go into the weekend. Quick question, go ahead. Go ahead, real quick. Data options. So if it's one of those partials, my question is, would this be something you would take? If not, please explain. Sell at 52.01. Right now, off the top of this wick, no. No. If we started off the candle with the top wick to here, yeah. As we started riding up, if we didn't form a bottom wick here, I would have placed the sell limit there. That's an hourly level. That's a 30 level. That's a 4-hour level right there. Right? And if we don't have a bottom wick here, I expect this 4-hour to get a bottom wick. So as we start coming up here, this level does not break the previous 4-hour high. It is a 4-hour level. It's on multiple time frames. And let's see if there's multiple instances in the market that it holds. And if we bring this across the board, right there, then a heavy drop down here. So yeah, I mean, I would take the sell limit off this area. Leave us with a plan. Wait to get out of this range. At this point, either wait to get out of this range, or honestly, if you're a bit newer, if you don't have as much experience, I would say wait for the next 4-hour to close at 2 a.m. Eastern, and that's London session, and then trade London. Because this 4-hour that just closed takes you into after Asian pre-London, and it doesn't have a sense of direction. You really want to go with the higher time frame direction. But if you're able to come down here, right, and form some kind of support here, right, if you're able to form a support here and then close back above that range, right? Well, I don't know why that. Yo, chill, bro. Yeah, if you're able to then close back up above the range here, then the buys to the top don't sound bad for these areas. Up to the wick. Yeah, but there's a lot more that has to print here. There's no like, you know, break of this candle or break of that candle or a setup. No, just we need to get back to a level and either respect it or disrespect it. You know what I mean? We need to come back, come up. Do I think another buy-in frame will come soon? Possibly, yeah. Buys will happen, sells will happen. Hold on, let me lift this dog. Yo, can I see your dog, Benjamin? Probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, he's going crazy right now. Calling it a session here, gang. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and if you're in the signal channel, stay locked in. That's all I got to tell you. Zoom gang, see you guys in the clubhouse. It'd be cool if somebody wants to run a session. I'd hop in there, but I'm not talking. Well, maybe interacting, but I don't think anyone's hosting the Discord tonight. But we'll see. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. As always, hey, day ones, I Appreciate you guys, all of you. Thank you for constantly and consistently coming through and supporting and showing love. Definitely appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody. Wait for direction. Wait for volume and then attack. Later.